Hello, folks. My name is Robert, and welcome to the bright side of life. Here, I am really into tarot. I do a number of things, but right now, I am into tarot a lot. And today, my reading is going to be about the sign of Scorpio. That would be Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node. I find that I follow my North Node pretty heavily. So if you want to hang around, you can. And if none of those are your placements, the person that you have on your mind that does have one of those placements, you can also learn a little bit about them, especially if you're intimate with them. So let's begin. And I don't do reversals. I have another deck of cards that I do clarifications with. So let the show begin. Two of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, Seven of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. Okay. So this represents your far past. This represents your recent past. This is the current. This is in the near future. This is in the distant future. So give me a second here. Okay, so in the past, distant past that is, it appears as though that you was in contemplation. There were a lot of things going on in your life, and you had to sort them out. You had to figure out what was good for you, what was not good for you, so that you can come into a balance. Sometimes if we have too much of something, it can be somewhat hazardous, or too less of something can be hazardous as well. So for this example, friends, we can have too many, we can also have too few, or we can also have not the right mixture. So how do you fix it? Now, this is where you were at that time. How do I fix this balance? I want to go somewhere. I want to be more than who I am. And I want to be someone of a magnitude that's bigger than who I am today. Someone that has more positive responsibilities. Someone that wants to have the ability to help and serve others, even if it means it is financial related. How can I take care of me, and how can I take care of my people that is surrounded by me? One of the things that you always take a look at is how to take care of your people, how to be a good person with a good handout, with good recommendations. But in order to boss up to that particular stature, you have to first work on yourself and look at what it takes for people to look up to you, and then you can provide them with a guided hand in their challenges that they have throughout the world, or throughout their life, within the world, hell, within the universe. So let's clarify your Two of Pentacles. Oops, wrong deck. The King of Swords. And the Four of Wands. Okay, so the King of Swords is one that always look for clarification. They really do not like fiction. Uh, they want the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, even if it hurts. They still want the truth. And the Four of Wands indicates a joyous union or a reunion, one that is with someone that was either once close to you or one that is currently close to you. Could be a intimate, could be friends, could be family. Okay. So now the King of Swords also is a person that is of the intellect. It appreciates and admires those that are intelligent, and it what do I want to say here? It thrives. Yes, it thrives on intellectuality. I hope that's the word. And then on the other hand, you had something that was more emotional, also that was more of a passion that may have dealt with um, uh, the heart, that was less than intellectual, and maybe in some cases less than honest. But you were looking for being a leader, and again, what I'm hearing here is with the Four of Wands is that you were looking for being a leader, and then you were looking for, again, taking care of people that were around you that needed a helping hand. You feel as though you're not as good as you could be when there's people around you that are in need of help and you don't have the ability to do it. You want that ability. You want to be able to help. What I'm hearing is that is part of your life path is to help and encourage and to teach people. So the question is, how do you do it? How do you entertain the truth, the honesty, and then share it with the people you love? Let's see how we did it here. King of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, and we'll put this Knight of Wands, and the Four of Wands. Wands, one that is desirous. They like to. They have a long and desire or passion for a particular project or person. So, King of Pentacles is one who is the top of their project, the top of the industry, one that has been successful in making money. That is the energy that the King of Pentacles represent, and that is also the energy that you've had in the recent past. So, what do we do here? You have developed a balancing act. You've balanced your head with your desires, and it is in the process of manifesting you in being the person that you want to be from a project or financial standpoint. What was missing here, it looks as though that was your passion and your communication. How do you want to manifest your finances? It requires passion, and it requires communication, good communication, communication that is effective, and you become quite well in perfecting the skill. You're quite happy, you're comfortable with how you perfect this skill, and it's moving you in the direction that you've always wanted to be moved in. So now, the current Nine of Swords, clarified by the Six of Wands and Four of Swords. Okay, so in order to perfect your dream of being the King of Pentacles, uh, big on your finances, using your communication, and becoming a very, very good winner. You will want to be in that winner circle. In order to achieve that, you got to get out of your head. And again, we've got to go back to the balancing act, because in order to become this type of person, this type of energy, um, you have to manifest, you have to rest, and you have to go to calmer waters. That means that you have to be able, it's amazing, this entire clarification in cards is all about swords. All about swords. How to get, and swords has to do with, again, the intellect, the mind. How do I get the mind where it needs to be in order to be successful? So what do is leave some things behind. What I'm hearing about is perhaps time management. What are you doing with your time? How do you allocate your time with things that you're doing with your interests? Going back to the balance here, if you're out of balance, if you want to boss up to be a King of Pentacles, one that is independent and can take care of themselves financially, um, the balance has to do with time. What do you put your time into? Um, for instance, personally, in some cases for me, I look at a lot of TV. Yeah, but before it's all over, before I'm done looking at TV, or after I'm done looking at TV, it turns out that I may have spent too much time looking at it, and now some of the things that I supposed to do, I may have to rush, I may have to catch up. So that's kind of the thing that this talks about, how to leave some of those things who impedes on your time alone. And how do you do that? You rest and you meditate. When you rest and you meditate, you get what are called downloads. Things come to you that are inspiring, encouraging, and helps you move through your life. They just ideas. They just hit you. How do you do that? Yeah. So you have to just think. You have to be to yourself a little bit and decide for yourself, what questions do you want answers to? And within good time and reason, and a good head on your shoulders, they kind of come to you, or you go to them. You look up and do some research on how to be a better manager of your mind, as well as the people around you, as well as being independent and even wealthy. Seven of Swords, clarified by the Queen of Wands and the Hierophant. Okay, so here I'm talking about, again, resting and understanding, getting answers to the questions that will help you bring yourself in balance and then rise to the occasion of being independent. So here, what it talks about is being shrewd and being cunning. Seven of Swords is one that talks about sabotage, leaving things that no longer serve you. And this particular spread is re-emphasizing this multiple times, leaving what doesn't serve you. Going to calmer waters, leaving what doesn't serve you. Sabotage, leaving what doesn't serve you. Walking, Eight of Cups is walking away from something, and in this case, what doesn't serve you. So, Queen of Wands, you have a lot of passions, desires, and the Queen of Wands is one that also is a great support system. You will back up people who you see are trying to improve, trying to better themselves, you will support them. And one of the ways you want to support them could be as much as being financially set so that you can do that. So, and the Hierophant, it's about structure, organization, doing things the right way. Um, for instance, if you are someone in high school and you want to go to college, there's definitely a right order in order for you to qualify just to get into college. That's what the Hierophant is. If you are in a certain business, if you are selling T-shirts online and you want to know how to grow your business, then you're the Hierophant. You start learning from other people. You start investing in um, videos or books on how to be a better seller of T-shirts. Okay, and then you will match up with the Queen of Wands and the Nine of Wands, meaning that your words, few words, will launch 1,000 ships. I'm not sure that's the right saying, but I think you know what I mean. How to communicate effectively, how to push your desires and your dreams and your passions forward without a lot of hesitation or a lot of challenges. Reduce the challenges by doing it in the correct and proper way. Okay, and then you can develop your information, the things that you have achieved, so that you can share with other people. But this all starts with being in balance. Eight of Cups, walking away from something. 10 of Wands and Death. Okay, so it's not going to be a tough road, but it looks as though the emphasis is talking about and then reiterate um, your balance, time management, structure. What do you do to keep moving forward? And it's not going to be easy to remove things that you need to remove because you like them. That's why they're there. But there's a time and place for everything. And the time and place that you want to put into being the king of your world means that you're going to have to leave some of the more mundane things behind. If there's some sort of addiction, again, back to television or whatever you spend your time doing, um, yeah, you're going to have to reallocate that time so that you can put more emphasis on your highest goals. Okay, and then a new beginning is on the horizon. The new beginning is going to encapsulate the things that you've had on your mind all along throughout this journey. The universe is going to open up and say yes. You put your you balance things and put them in perspective. You have looked at your passions as well as your clarity. You aspire and you worked hard on being taking care of yourself and being independent. You've meditated, you've manifested, you've left a lot of things on the table that you no longer needed. You did things the right way, the way it should be done, and you didn't hurt anybody along the way. You only encouraged people, and so these were heavy challenges that, as long as you persevered, you're going to overcome them, and then comes the flood of your opportunities that you always wanted. It's all here. As I understand it with the universe, it's already yours. You just have to go out and get it. And this is how you go out and get it. So the bottom of the deck shows Eight of Pentacles, and this is the theme. I'm sorry I didn't show it earlier, but this is the theme of the entire reading, and it indicates that you had first a dream, and then you started putting together an idea on how to make this dream come true. And then once you got those ideas in your head or on paper, you began putting in the work in making them successful. And this is Eight of Pentacles that shows that you are putting in the work. So you're going to be a winner. I mean, you're already a winner, but you're going to be a bigger winner. I'm hearing you're going to be the winner of a sweepstakes, whatever that means. I think that's metaphoric, but it could be literal. I think you're going to be okay, Mr. Scorpio or Miss Scorpio. Please enjoy the reading and like, subscribe if you find you connect with this in any way. And we'll see you the next time.